G'day guys, this is Marty Ware from youtube.com/Marty's Garden. Today I'm just about to go for a surf. It's really quite cold, it's a little bit windy. I had to stick the camera inside the car to take this shot so you don't get that noise. I've got the trusty Malibu because the waves are pretty small. You know, I just need to get out in the water and just connect with nature again. See, it's a part of me that I love to do. I just love to connect with nature, and water's one of them through fishing. Surfing's my first, and also, you know, gardening and the passion of growing food. So anyway, I'm off for a wave, and later on I'm going to tell you about, in the rest of the show, I'm going to tell you about how I keep my veranda patio productive, because actually it needs a bit of work. So we're going to get in there and show you what's really going on. And we'll see you there soon. Down here you can see my worm farm. I'm catching the wormweed in the bottom there, some lemongrass. I've got some tomatoes growing here that I've just sprouted seed from the local market, just growing vertical straight up the rails there on the edge of my veranda. I've got to watch out the water doesn't tip over the sides though into the landlords and the people below, because it can make a bit of a mess. That's one of the issues with apartment gardening. I've got some succulents, getting prepared for some more lettuce to grow there, and some cherry tomatoes here. These have got a little bit of a way to go yet, and I'm getting a little bit of yellowing of the leaf down the bottom, so I need to really probably get some more liquid fertiliser in there to get the health back, but they're doing pretty good. The next tomatoes in a small container, not as big as the first one, so it's been less productive, but I've only got so much space available anyway, and I'm going to have enough tomatoes. I've got some parsley growing in here because that just helps the flavour of tomatoes, and I love to just pick that parsley out and conserve that space that I'm having problems with. The succulents, I love the succulents, they're beautiful to look at, but again, I can't eat them, so I'm still deciding whether I should keep them or not. The avocado tree, well, it lost all its leaves because I did over-fertilise, but it come back, and I'm really happy, and it's got lots of flowers. My lemon tree was really cold winter, and it's just started to produce some new growth. So I'm struggling a bit with the lemon tree, and some chives growing down below because they're a companion, and that's about it for showing you along the edge of my potted vegetable garden. When you have a patio garden, there's always a problem with water dripping over the sides, especially if you're in a veranda such as I am. And what happens is the water goes over and the neighbours get all unhappy, the landlords get unhappy. So what I do is I use really big trays. So any spillage, any foliage spray goes over the side. I even have some little tricks where I plant, now this isn't the healthiest, so I'm bringing him back to life, but I'll stick another pot inside a pot so the water falls through and it serves a dual purpose. And I've got another little trick here that I use. I use a double container. You can see that there's two containers here, and if any spillage comes over here or come into the next one, it won't flow down. I also like to use deep little containers so they don't flow over, and I like to use containers that, such as for my fruit trees over here, that have a nice big base and a big reservoir. And if you come down here, you can see at the bottom here, I just check with my finger. Oh, get the camera in there, check with my finger how much water's in there, and then I can tell what's going on. One problem when patio gardening or vegetable gardening, herb gardening, any type of gardening on verandas and patios, etc., is it tends to be a little bit messy. So a lot of us go for big bins and use big buckets and things like that, but there is another way, and I just found something very cool when I was shopping the other day at Bunnings in Australia. And here it is here. It's a large bin, and I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. It wasn't expensive, but I can do all my potting in there now instead of in the bin that I was doing before, or even bothering laying out a tarp. And what I've got in here is my quality compost mix. So it's half compost and half quality potting mix. It's all organic potting mix, and I'm considering mixing in some blood and bone, which is in the bag there. I've got some tomatoes and a little container here. I've just got to get the bigger container to put them into, but it's a great way. And look, I've actually had to move into my lounge room here because the sun is just so bright out in the veranda. I can't get a good shot of this, and that's how confident and how clean this is. I can actually bring this inside if you do it properly. G'day guys, while I was out surfing, I hope you enjoyed the show and got some great tips out of how to take care of your garden in your small space urban patio garden, veranda, or wherever it may be. We all come across the same similar problems, and you know, there's practical solutions to them. Anyway, if you want to learn more about container gardening and growing food at home, you can come and see me at thepottedvegetablegarden.com, www.pottedvegetablegarden.com, and subscribe to me here at Marty's youtube.com/Marty's Garden. Sorry, I'm getting a bit cold and making a few boo-boos. I got to get into the hot shower. I'll see you at the next show. Bye.